from 2000, the executive session minutes through 2010 to the end of 2016, as redacted, with the exception of the dates that I had mentioned previously. Should I mention those dates again?
I have a question. Do I wasn't there for any of this, so do I just abstain, or is it because we're going back so far that I should?
I think you could vote on this because it's a part of the board's standing function to approve executive session minutes to make them public. So I think it's appropriate.
Okay.
And if I could add clarity from my perspective on that, some of these go back in 2010, which is 2 years before I was on the board.
Right.
So my review of them was to confirm that they met the intent of the open meeting law, or what could be held and redacted, and that it matched up with the summary that Ann put together. So I would like to make that motion.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, we'll call for a vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Passed unanimous. This is a vote to release the executive session minutes 2010 through the end of 2016, basically exactly how you have it written here, with the exception of the dates that I had mentioned. I read every date out loud. So those are being held. But
Okay.
the other minutes have been voted to be released.
Okay. Did you write down the minutes that you don't want released?
Yes. It's,
Oh, just the ones that I recommended. I'm
Exactly.
sorry.
It's from that list.
That's all right. Do you
Okay.
want
Okay.
Can I see that too?
Oh, sure. Yes. And we are now live.
we are now live. Oh, we weren't live before?
No, we weren't.
All right.
Would you like to?
Well, just because we are live now, just in the beginning of the meeting, I did a moment of silence for John Murray. I'd like us to have that as a formal record of our meeting tonight. So John Murray was a person who was very involved in the Fairhaven community, very involved at St. Mary's Church in a band, and also St. Joseph's School. So once again, will we do a moment of silence for John Murray. Thank you. And in the beginning of the meeting, if people are just now having the audio, we approved the minutes of January 3rd, 2017. We approved the minutes of January 9th, 2017. We approved the minutes of January 9th, 2017, meeting in executive session with a reference to, and then we approved the minutes of December 19th, 2016, executive session. Clerical union and the police union dispatchers union were approved by the whole board, and the fire union minutes were approved by Selectman Espandola and myself, and Selectman Freitas did abstain. I think that catches it up, right? Okay.
Yes.
Now we have our town administrator's report. Mr. Reese?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As I mentioned in my last report, we're smack in the middle of the budget season. We're working very hard, the budget team, to put together our recommended capital and operating budget by next meeting, February 6th. In terms of the capital budget, the capital planning committee has met and prioritized the variety of capital projects that were submitted. So now we're moving on to developing a financial plan, a 5-year financial plan, to see how much we can fund it and what year we can fund it in. The operating budget, we're starting the process, putting the moving pieces together. This is a good segue into what else happened last week. I attended the Mass Municipal Association annual meeting in Boston. Heard some excellent speakers, both our U.S. senators were there. Governor Baker was there. Representative Capilano was there. They all gave their input in terms of what's going on in Washington, what's going on in Beacon. Very informative. One thing in particular that the governor mentioned was that he intends to recommend in his budget that local aid, unrestricted local aid, will go up the amount of overall state revenues, which this year is estimated to be 3.9%. So it's obviously always very helpful. Also, state aid for educational purposes is going up. Unfortunately, we couldn't give any that's formalistic driven, so we can anticipate an increase at this stage. We just don't know how much it's going to be. I attended a couple of sessions. I think what I got the most out of was one on the opioid crisis and what other communities are doing. There's regionalization efforts by different communities banding together to address the situation. I believe the one that we could probably approach to join is in Fall River. It encompasses Fall River and Brentford as well as some of the surrounding towns. So that's a step we could proceed with on that. I also attended the Mass Managers Association. We have a meeting as well. So it's great to catch up with colleagues I hadn't seen in 4 or 5 years. So we good networking opportunity as well. In terms of the upcoming week, again, budget's going to be taking up most of the time. A couple of meetings I have scheduled is I'm having lunch with Eric DeWicki tomorrow to talk about town and gown relationships. And I'm also meeting with our master plan consultants later on that afternoon. And on Wednesday, I have meetings with the retirement board and also a discussion with the state about green communities. That's it.
Thank you. Selectman Nestola, any questions? Mr. Reese?
I didn't catch what you mentioned about meeting with Mr. DeWicki. What was that about?
It's this initiative. I noticed that he was, he helped us out shoveling snow, so I saw him walking down the street and I said, "Can I take you out to lunch to thank you for
Okay, oh, I see.
for that?" And I want to, his school is an important part of the town, so I want to continue to build those bridges.
Okay,
Excellent, thank you.
thanks. No, that was good. Thanks.
Freitas?
I know that you mentioned the opioid crisis. If they need somebody to represent that, I'm really interested in doing that. Really interested in getting involved in that.
Thank you.
Actually, they're having something at the Zeitirian. I don't know if you guys opened yours yet, but they're having something at the Zeitirian on the 9th, I believe it is, February 9th at 7 p.m. It's a story theater presentation of The Price You Pay. So, great.
Yeah, as soon as the budget's done, then we can start. That's one of the priorities right after that.
Excellent.
That was one of our goals when we did our retreat planning session. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, under C, action, we have the approve auto dealer repair site plans for Ray's Fair Repair.
Yes, this is one of the last 2 outstanding site plans. They have come in and it's been reviewed by Bill Roth and Wayne Foston with a recommendation for approval, as well as a modification of the license to reflect 6 repair spaces inside the building, 7 repair spaces outside within the fence area, and 3 customer employee spaces in front of the building.
Okay.
So a motion to approve the site plan and to amend the license to reflect these numbers would be appropriate.
To make that
I'd like to make that motion.
Second.
motion made and seconded. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing no, we'll call for a vote. Mr. Benak?
May I ask where the location is of Ray's repair service?
Ray's Fair Repair, I believe it's on Sycamore Street and the corner of Sycamore and Howland Road.
It
Okay.
is,
It's, I believe it's the one I'm thinking about. It's that garage at the very,
let me get that.
very bottom now.
I'm pretty yeah, I think it's the corner of Sycamore and Howland Road,
Sounds
right
right.
near the Dunkin' Donuts.
Right, used to be Just Lee's.
Used to be Just Lee's. but now
It
it's
is
called-
across from Dunkin' Donut.
It's not on Spring Street.
No,
Thank you.
I think it faces Howland Road, so it probably is the address of Howland Road.
The old Just Lee's.
Yeah, it's the old Just Lee's.
Yeah,
Yep.
Just Lee's.
Thank you, Mr. Maderas.
I second that.
Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, we'll call for a vote. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Passed unanimously. Next, we have the approval of the auto dealer repair license renewal for Ray's Fair Repair.
Actually, that was included in your motion. this
That was,
time.
okay,
You
all
can
right.
skip to number 3.
Okay, very good. It was a double motion. Next, we have a letter from the Nemaska Group. Dear Mr. Murphy and Board of Selectmen, I am writing today in regards to the Nemaska Group's 4th annual 5K walk run that will be taking place on Sunday, May 7th. The event will be starting and ending at Fort Phoenix in Fairhaven, Mass. This event is very important to the Nemaska Group and will raise money as well as awareness of our organizations and mission. Although we have moved our offices to Mattapoisett, Fairhaven will always be a part of us, and all of our program began in Fairhaven. We want to continue our event there. The walk run will start at 8 a.m. and be completed by 11 a.m. The walk run route that we have identified is Fort Phoenix, right on Old Fort, left on Green Street, right on Rodman Street, left on Adams Street, left on Bridge Street, left on Main Street, left on South Street, right on Fort Street, then left on Old Fort Street, and end at Fort Phoenix. Please contact us at 508-999-4436 with any questions you may have for more information. Sincerely, Patricia Janiak, Developmental Director. Selectman Espandola?
No, definitely like to support this, nice event, and for sure, we can support.
Selectman Freitas?
No, absolutely, I support this. It's a good job they do every year.
Yes, the Mass Group does a great job working with people with disabilities, and so I think this is a good fundraiser for them. So if people can participate, come out on Sunday, May 7th. I also think this is I would support this idea. So is there a motion to support the Nemaska Group's Sunday, May 7th annual 5K walk run?
Make that motion?
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, we'll call for vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Passes unanimously. Next, we have to approve the annual report for the Board of Selectmen and announce the deadline for cover submissions. We've all had the opportunity to read the update.
Yeah.
Any questions, any concerns?
No, I think it's a nice report, and I'm ready to approve it as drafted.
Second.
Okay, want to make that official motion?
I'll make that a motion to approve as drafted.
Oh, second. I thought you were approved.
It's
Sorry
okay.
about
That's okay. A motion made and seconded. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, we'll call for vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Passes unanimously. Thank you, Mr. Reese. Very well written.
Actually, it was Ann who wrote it.
Ah.
She deserves all the credit.
All right, the secret's out, ladies and gentlemen.
I intend to submit my own report.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Well, thank you, Ann.
You're welcome.
And we look forward to seeing your report.
Maybe I'll never write mine.
There you go. You never. She's done good so far.
That saying behind every good town administrator.
That's right.
Especially one who's an English major.
Yes. My
That's great.
bachelor's in English.
That's right. Very good. Well, it's paying off for the town of Fairhaven. Thank you.
Could we also just set the
yeah.
deadline for the reports? I don't know if anybody has any nice pictures that they have hanging around. Usually we look for landscape photos, preferably digital. I know certain people in town always share the best pictures on Facebook. Off
Mhm.
the top of my head, Adam Katz always has the best
Yeah,
pictures.
yes,
Mr. Mahaney always has the best
Yes.
pictures.
Yep.
So if you're listening and you have great pictures, please submit them to selectmen@fairhaven-ma.gov, or come bring them in to me on a thumb drive, or give me a call and I can assist you getting it to me.
Thank you, Ann. Now, do you want to set a deadline for that? What would be a reasonable deadline because of the production of the book and everything?
Let's try to get them in by Groundhog Day.
Okay, so February 2nd?
Yeah.
So there's a deadline for the submissions of cover photos for our town annual report by February 2nd, 2017,
Yes, please.
4 o'clock.
Let's do it.
All right.
It's
So
so
is there a
easy.
motion for that?
Make that motion?
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, we'll call for vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Passed unanimously. Maybe Beth David even knows of some good color photos that are out there too, you know?
Maybe I'll rumble around and see what I can find.
Sounds good. Before Groundhog Day. All right, next on our agenda, we have the accepted resignation of Lindsay Gordon from the Wellness Committee and consider the appointment of Peter DeTerra to the Wellness Committee, the Board of Health representative. Dear Mr. Murphy, please accept this letter as a request to appoint me as a Board of Health representative to the Fairhaven Wellness Committee. Due to a conflict of schedule, board member Lindsay Gordon has stepped down from the committee, and I am volunteering to take her place. If you have any questions, please contact me. Sincerely, Peter DeTerra, Board of Health. Selectman Espandola?
I'm really pleased to see Mr. DeTerra step up. He actually attended one of our meetings already, even before being appointed, so I'd definitely like to make a motion to appoint him to the committee.
Second that.
Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, we'll call for a vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? It passes unanimously, and we thank Mr. DeTerra for being the newest member of our Wellness Committee, and thank Lindsay Gordon for her involvement in the Wellness Committee also. Next, we have a consideration of the transfer of the Pool Committee gift account balance, $1,425.97, to the Recreation Center gift account.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, Warren
Renzhausen.
as part of the budget discussion, brought to our attention the fact that there was this small gift account that was created about 10 to 14 years ago for the purpose of putting some seed money together for a town pool. It doesn't look like that will become a reality. Normally, if somebody were to donate a specific amount, you'd have to go back to the donor and request permission to change the purpose of that donation. But since this was raised to a potluck supper, it was felt appropriate for the Board of Selectmen to take a formal vote to transfer the money out of this pool account into the more generalized recreation gift account.
Okay, Selectman Sindola?
I think it's an appropriate, place to put it, and so I'd like to support that motion. I'd like to make the motion to transfer the money, $1,425.97 out of the Pool Committee gift account and into the Recreation Center gift account.
I'll second that.
Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, we'll call for vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously. So would that be the dissolving of that pool gift account at that point then?
Yeah, the town account will make the necessary journal entries to make the transfers take place, and though that pool account will no longer show up on our financial records.
Very good, thank you. We are at 7 o'clock, and we have a meeting with Doug Brady, but I believe that he has two other representatives here tonight.
Mr. Chairman, if you don't mind, I've got Nicholas Carrig on the action, and I think he'll be quicker,
Okay.
if that's okay, if you don't mind.
Does the board mind? I think Nicholas has probably got other things to do this evening too, so. All right, with that consideration, this won't take very long at all. So, could we please have, we have a considered Conservation Commission associate appointment for application of Nicholas Carrig. Can you come forward, Nicholas? We mentioned at our last meeting that we were very happy to get your letter, but didn't make it for our agenda at that time, but it did tonight, so welcome once again. If you like, I can read your letter, or if you'd like to just say a few words.
Sure. Well, I moved to Fairhaven a little over a year ago, but I've been a South Coast resident my whole life, so I really love the area. I was a biology undergrad. After college, I went and worked in a laboratory where we did environmental testing, so I'm very passionate about protecting our natural resources, especially our watershed. And so, as my means of kind of giving back to the community, I'd like to volunteer and work in as this role.
Excellent. Any questions, Selectman Sindola?
Oh, I know Mr. Carrick came forward to apply for the Public Works position, and I remember speaking to him after that and encouraging him to try and be involved in another way. I didn't know it would come along this soon, but really, I appreciate you doing that. It's good to see. You can see your passion, to want to get involved, and glad to have you. I'd like to support.
I definitely want to support Nicholas in this. It's nice of you to step up, and we appreciate it.
And I also would like to support you on this too. You have great experience here. I think that'll be well received for our Conservation Commission, especially in times when they have, intense decisions to make, because it is not the easiest commission sometimes, but with your knowledge and expertise, I think that you will add a lot to that commission. So is there a motion to?
I'd like to make a motion to appoint Mr. Carrick to the Conservation Commission.
Second.
Motion.
Qualify that by, I believe it's an associate member.
Yeah, as an associate.
The associate position opening for the Conservation Commission.
Oh, and we have to ask this question. Are you a Fairhaven resident?
Yes.
And do you have any ties to the Conservation Commission and any other Fairhaven ties?
Not at this time, no. No.
We asked that of other candidates, so.
It's always good to see if there's a potential conflict of interest.
Yeah, as I said before, my family is in the construction business. If anything arose, I would recuse myself from that particular situation.
Thank you. Thank you. So with that, the motion has been made
Second.
and seconded. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing now, I'll call for vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Passes unanimously. Now you have to go to the town clerk's office to get sworn in also.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank
All right, great. Congratulations and thank you for stepping forward. Now we'll have our representatives from the Bell Committee up to discuss the Paul Revere Bell.
Booklets for you to follow along.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
It's like Christmas.
I know, look at this. Wow.
Like you received yours earlier? Okay.
Mr. Brady's not here, but he sent along some, you can tell this is, comes
So,
usually had a ribbon on it.
what we're gonna do this in two parts. I'm gonna do the website, which is front cover,
Okay.
and John Medeiros will explain further about the pictures, that are about the bell.
Okay.
Would you want me to read the letter of what the Bell Committee is requesting to be here for?
Sure.
The Bell Committee requests your permission, the Select Board, to create a website in accordance with the town's social media use policy. The purpose of this website is to use as an informational resource. There will be a section of the many pictures taken of families with the Revere Bell, which were you gentlemen taken. And Mr. Freitas, you missed out on that action.
I was there.
That was.
I didn't ring the bell, though.
In the Rogers Bell will be available for people to print. There will be a section of the history of the Revere Bell, the Revere and the Rogers Bell, a section of upcoming events which will inform people of the dates and time of various future events the Revere Bell will be in, and that's the second that John will review with you. We will also provide a comment section for residents to provide feedback and any general questions they may have. Most importantly, we will also create a section of what's happening now with the bell, which will let people know of the current works and status. This section will inform people the status of the Revere Bell and plans for cleaning, funding, location of a permanent site, how it will be displayed, and when our next meeting is. There's been quite a lot of interest generated in the Revere Bell by the town residents and other committees that just want to know what's happening. This website will provide answers to these questions and also prevent any misinformation from being circulated. So basically what we're asking is your permission to, put this on the town web. And the committee will review any suggestions or anything before it goes on the website, and in accordance with Mr. Reese also. Will be approved by Mark. There'll be pictures of the Revere and Rogers Bell removals for families to download and print. If they see their picture there, they can take it off the web. Upcoming events, I already will inform people of the dates and time. Comments section for residents to provide feedback. And the person that's gonna be creating our website, she's done a lot of sites already, is Jackie Kenworthy. And she's a member of our committee, but she also does the websites for the NFIA, COA, Fairhaven Memorial Brick Park, the Lions Club, and the cemetery, Riverside Cemetery. So she's very knowledgeable, I guess, on the website.
I'm familiar with those websites, they're good.
Pardon?
I'm familiar with those websites, they're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a busy lady.
Mhm.
Yes, she is. Very nice lady.
Just for the board's edification, you probably recall that before I came, Ann had developed a social media use policy, approved by the board, and that be running in compliance with that policy.
And then, our logo for the Bell Committee is the Paul Revere,
Hmm.
with the flag. That's our logo. And, like I said earlier, we're not gonna put anything on the web until it goes through the committee,
Mhm.
and the committee approves it. And there'll only be 2 people that'll be putting things on the web. Us as committee members will not individually just add things
Mhm.
to the web. Will only be 2 people. And it'll be, through Mr. Reese's approval. And that's the website. Any,
I do, so I know Mrs. Kenworthy, is top-notch, I agree with what I'm hearing. The only question that I have is, it sounded like, you mentioned posting it on the town's website. So there are committees, town committees that have, for example, the Bike Path Committee, has a section of the website, and that's administered by town employees. So if she's gonna create a separate website,
Do you intend on just linking to the town website? Do you want me to,
I think you better get into
I'll talk
Yeah,
with
it might-
Jackie.
yeah,
Yeah,
there might
I'm
be
sure-
Jackie about
clarification
that,
on
yes.
that, because if it's a totally separate website, then it still has to, I don't know, is that what the social media policy was intended for, I guess is my question. Because an example might be the tourism webpage, right? I think this is similar.
Yes.
So if that model already exists, then there's no problem.
Yep.
Okay. All right, it was just for clarification, but.
No, thank you. The website, I'm not a computer genius yet. I'm trying, but I'm not there yet.
I have spoken with Mr. Reese in the past, how that I think anytime anything that represents itself as a town website or a town page on Facebook should have either myself or Mr. Reese as a backup admin,
Mhm.
only because you never know if someone gets disgruntled or loses their access or something like that. I really think that there should be a backup in the town hall.
Well, maybe even more than that, and I'm certain that Mrs. Kenworthy is not the person we would worry about with this, but
Right.
if the admin rights had to be through someone who was actually from the town, so in other words, you could remotely shut it down if you had to.
That's basically,
That's
yeah,
what you're talking about,
yeah.
okay. All right,
So you would have a, password to get in to shut it down if anything?
I can work with Jackie, I'm sure, that's not a concern here. I think I'm more talking about other boards and
Right.
committees, just as a general idea with our policy, but I can talk with Jackie later about it.
That'll be good.
Yeah.
Because that's above my head, I'm getting there, but not there yet. Are there any other questions about the website?
No, I don't have a website.
Maybe you might want to submit this before February 2nd.
That's a thought, but John has all that information, but I want to discuss the website, just so
Sure.
people know, we're not hiding the bell. We want to bring the bell out.
Sure.
And the website is a step that other people can just go and look at,
Mhm.
follow along what we're doing, how far we've come, and, come to the meetings, join us, and be part of the bell. Because it can ring loud, and it's one of those things.
Absolutely. Mr. Maderas?
I'd like you, Mr. Murphy, to read the letter that Doug wrote in reference to what I'd like to do. I know that you can see it better than I can, because I don't have my glasses.
Would you rather have me read it?
No, Mr. Tillman, he reads very well, and that way the public can understand what is being said.
Okay, thank you. This is addressed to the Selectmen. The Bell Committee requests your permission/approval until a final display place is all set to be able to bring out the Revere Bell to display in various events such as items like in the Memorial Day Parade, July 4th Parade, at the doors of town meeting, Veterans Day Parade, Homecoming, and various other local events. We'll invite the Fairhaven Militia to join us alongside the 1796 Revere Bell. The Revere Bell will be securely held in a cradle being made with services provided by Voc Tech. The cradle will rest on a trailer of which it can easily be moved and removed. The bell will not be rung while out until final evaluation by a professional bell conservationist is determined. The purpose of this tour of the bell is to get the bell out in the public view, raise awareness of its current condition and need for preservation of our town's historic treasure and artifact. The current condition being displayed is being used as a visual aspect to raise awareness and money for the overall cleaning, restoration, and preservation. We will be seeking donations to help offset the request when time comes for CPC money in placing the bell in a final display location. Our goal is to have the original clapper that was with the bell restored first, and then the metal analyzed for possible multiple layers of coatings, level of corrosion, and then cleaned in the proper solution. Once cleaned, the green patina will be applied to bring the bell to a current final stage. Many people have been asking what has happened to the Revere Bell, and events such as these will bring out the bell from its current crate for display and viewing by the public, and let them know it is the forefront of our desire to preserve and find a final display for such an historical item. The Selectmen and Town Administrator will be kept informed of the events the Revere Bell will be displayed in. Thank you, the members of the Bell Committee.
With that being said by Charlie, and written by Brady and in compliance with the Bell Committee. Back in 90, if you look at your papers we have there, back in 98, I procured a bell from a group of people in Dartmouth, and the first one there was the Lighthouse Bell, and that bell is a 1,000-pound bell, and we brought that bell to Cuddy Hump, and that was put on the alert, and then Mark Roder from Roder Machine took it off the alert and brought it over to on the island. And he is the one that constructed the bell cradle, as you can see it there. That bell cradle actually protects the bell. I think the cradle could lay on its side, and the bell would stay right there. That's how strong everything is.
Wow.
So it acts like a cage or roll bar for the bell, which is good. And that's placed on his trailer. And that was in the, I think it was in 98 was the first parade that we actually did with that. And that you'll see a friend of mine, myself there, and the bell decorated, which isn't too fancy, but it's decorated, looks nicer. And it was in the parade, and that bell, it wasn't the bell from Cuddy Hump Lighthouse, it was a replica, not a replica, but a bell from another lighthouse the same size, and we procured that and got that. And that bell rings, and we rang it in the parade, and it was a former selectman that rung the bell in the parade that year. And that bell is now placed on a site that belongs to the Cuddy Hump Historical Society, and it's still in place today and still rings. It's secured, so it doesn't ring all the time, but when you fix it so that it does ring. This is when I did get the bell back in 98. That's my, I had to get these pictures in because they're my two granddaughters. I had to do that.
That's great.
But, and I had that bell was weighed at Tilcon, so I know it's 1,000 pounds for that one, and it's about 250 pounds more than what the bell that we have. But it just shows you what we can do with that bell when it started. And that's a picture of the parade, and towed by a small ATV vehicle. And so it doesn't take much to really tow that vehicle with the bell on it. It's not much different than a good-sized lawnmower when you stop to think about it. And hoping that we can move this thing on location, probably from the trailer or the tow vehicle, probably on a good landscaper's trailer. We ramp it up and like that. This is the bell that looks like today, and we want to keep it like that. And we will put it in the cradle and put it on the trailer and display it if that's what we decide to do with it. We're not sure exactly how vocational we're going to, if this goes through, if you approve it, vocational group will go to the site and look at it, measure it, and hoping that they can do everything with the bell where it is today. If they have to bring it to the shop, then I got to come back to the board and request that, because I just don't want it to leave and that's the plan is, and when the bell is all done, it will look something like that's on that last page. And I have to thank Brady for Doug for putting all this together for us, so we can understand and see better. But it's gonna be a lot of work, but I think it's gonna be worthwhile to get the bill out to the people, see it, raise some money. In fact, that even raises another question that I have is, to get the money, like a gift account, I'm not sure how that really works, but there's gonna be some money they're gonna need to do some of this. I'll be looking for a lot of donations, steel, trailer, you know, that kind of stuff, because vocational, all they do is they supply the labor, they do not supply the material. But, we'll work on that one. And that's what we are, we're just waiting for the go-ahead to go. And we're hoping to put this together for Memorial Day. That would be the, hoping to have Chris Richards involved, so we can market what we're trying to do.
Good.
Hope to get, our militia involved with it. So in the parade, we can have them alongside of us guarding the bell, and they'll have their muskets with them, so that, they'll be protected at all times. And I'm sure there's other questions you may have, and we'll try to answer them.
Selectman Usmadilla?
Just, this one that you mentioned here, where's that from? You know?
I'm not sure, that's not our bell.
Right,
That is a Revere bell.
Okay.
This is what
Could
we
you-
wanna,
Right.
To look like.
That's the finished look, the
Okay.
finished product.
when everything's all done,
Mhm.
when it's gonna be set in its final resting place, that's what we want it to look like. You know, that patina to it,
Sure.
okay?
I like the idea of getting it around like that. I know I heard this, discussed a while ago when you first started mentioning, I think I heard it at a meeting that you were gonna try and get it mobile and to be able to get out for parades and things like that. And you'll catch a lot of people that way as opposed to people having to go to a specific site and see it. So, I know you've done great work working with the VOCTEC, students in the past to pull together a project, so it's a great idea.
Picture was the one that built, I worked with them, we built the Emo Gema float,
Right.
and they put a lot of work into that one.
Sure.
And when I brought this to them, last week, they were, bring it on. I said, well, I can't bring it on yet until we get the final okay, and they're ready to go with it.
Okay.
Sounds great to me.
Okay. Selectman Freitas?
No, I think this is an excellent idea. I mean, I appreciate you guys bringing this to us. I mean, I think it's great to get this out in the community, let people see it. That's what's supposed to be there for, you know?
That's what we want.
So let's hopefully we can raise some funds with this and start, I don't know how we do it, but if we could start something on the side, that'd be great, you know?
I mean, I envision, not only what we suggested here, but also I can see it at Haven High School,
And
in the stadium,
if you beat your goal,
halftime, or
Yeah.
stop the
I'd say
show.
if you beat your goal of Memorial Day, then town meeting will be actually the beginning of the month, that same month, right, May?
Yeah.
What's our
Well,
date?
that's just to get
I know you mentioned that as one of the potentials, so.
But, the bell could be put out, it won't look like this.
No.
It's gonna look like what it is today, just so people are aware.
Mm.
And, what our goal is to get the patina to, to get the bell to look like. To help people say, well, yeah, it does need and we can give a donation.
So maybe when it looks like this, it's gonna be in next year's cover of the annual
There you go,
report.
Maybe, maybe. But, I just wanna express, John, he's so enthused in this that he gets everybody going,
That's great. Well,
everybody excited.
It's a
He-
part of our history. It's
great.
good.
John
It's
has
good to see
been,
this, you know?
The real excitement, and he's getting me excited, and I'm like, it's easy to get, I don't know what it is, John, but you're good.
So when donations start coming through, would it be appropriate at that time to create the gift account at that point?
Yes, it is. The
Okay.
bell committee is an official committee of the town, so it's appropriate that all money goes through the town's financial books.
So it won't be that hard to get that up and running?
Oh, good.
Just talk to the town accountant, Ian Carrero.
Okay.
Okay, any
So-
other,
For the motion that we should have tonight?
Probably two motions. One motion is to authorize the website as a subsidiary of the town's website. And the second motion is to authorize the transport and display of the bell at
one more before you vote is, every time the bell will be displayed, we will be sending a letter to the select board. We won't be presenting ourselves to you, we'll just notify you by letter
Okay.
that the bell will be Memorial Day Parade, July 4th, so you know what's going out there, and you're not gonna be blindsided and say, oh, we didn't know that.
Oh, that's okay, and we can read it. We can read the letter when you send that.
You'll be invited to be in the parade.
So all the functions that the bell is gonna be in,
Great,
you know, you guys will be, welcome. You too, Mark.
thank you.
Can I just piggyback two things? If anyone intends on using the town seal on the website, please let us know. And then the second thing is, maybe you just want to amend the vote, just for the website will be an extension of the town's website as long as this project takes place. Just once the project is wrapped up, we don't want to have a loose end out there, an ongoing website.
Would it be more in line with the Bell Committee, existence of the Bell Committee?
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
So I'd like to make a motion to allow the Bell Committee to establish a website for their committee for the duration of the Bell Committee.
Consistent with the town's
Consistent with
media
the
policy.
town's social media policy. Thank you.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, we'll call for vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously.
And I would like to make a motion to allow the Bell Committee to transport the bell with advance notice to the Board of Selectmen for special events in town at their discretion.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, we'll call for vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously. Thank you for your great work.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, that takes care of our appointments. Next, we're going to go back to our action. Action number 7. Consider making Mark Reese the appointment authority for records access officers.
Ann did some research on this, and the law does allow, the new public records law does allow the board of selectmen to delegate to me as the town administrator the responsibility of appointing records access officers. It's a specific position under the new open state law that receives requests and then processes consistent with the law. So it's our recommendation that you appoint me, and that is, if you vote to do so, then my intention is to, in addition to town clerk being the records access officer, Nate O'Brien, that I would also appoint Juanita Adesso and Christine Austere to represent the police and fire departments respectively.
So is there a motion for the appointment authority of records access officers to Mark Reese?
I'd like to make that motion.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, we'll call for a vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously. Thank you, Mark. Next, we have the approval of the second annual Tour de Cram Friends of the Mattapoisett Bike Path to pass through the town on May 21st, 2017. So this is addressed to dear Mr. Reese. I am writing to request permission to hold a family-oriented bicycle fundraising event that the Mattapoisett Land Trust, along with the Friends of the Mattapoisett Bike Path, is planning for Sunday, May 21st, 2017. Proceeds for the event will benefit bike path construction and land conservation in Mattapoisett. The second annual Tour de Cram consists of 4 scenic bicycle rides of 11, 19, 25, and 50 miles through the towns of Mattapoisett, Fairhaven, Acushnet, Freetown, Lakeville, Middleborough, and Rochester. We are cooperating with area creameries, which will serve at rest stops where riders will be able to use restrooms, fill water bottles, and enjoy an ice cream. The event will largely be a repeat of last year's Tour de Cram in 2016. We had 160 riders on 3 routes. The feedback from participants was extremely positive, and we expect to attract as many as 300 riders this year. In 2017, we are adding a 19-mile out and back route from Mattapoisett to West Island Causeway in Fairhaven. The routes show on enclosed maps use less trafficked roads to the extent possible. The 50-mile route has short stretches on busier roads. but we expect those cyclists to be experienced and ride safely in accordance with traffic rules. Last year, we received praise from riders for a well-run event. There were no traffic delays, no complaints of inconsiderate or dangerous cycling, and no incidents beyond a flat tire or two. We will again orientate riders with paper maps, a minimal number of notice boards placed at key intersections for the day and removed immediately following the event, and discrete on-road markings similar to those used by local cycling clubs. We will have ambassador and sweep cyclists on the route and a dedicated support vehicle, an SAG wagon, for each route, ready to provide assistance to lost or stranded cyclists. Further, we will hire police details to help riders cross Route 6 safely. Participants on each ride will be capped at 75 participants. All participants will be required to wear helmets. They will be directed to call 911 in case of any medical emergency. We plan to go forward with the bicycle rides in the event of showers or light rain, but will cancel or postpone the event in heavy rain, dense fog, or other dangerous conditions. We will call local police departments the morning of the event to remind them of the cyclist's presence during the day. That is the plan. I invite you to share any concerns you may have, conflicts you're aware of, suggestions you can offer for improving public safety, and other ways in which we can cooperate to improve the event. Feel free to contact Mark Anderson at info@tourdecreme.org. You may also contact Bonnie D'Souza, Executive Director of the Friends of the Mattapoisett Bike Path. Thank you for consideration of this request. I have mailed a copy to your Chief of Police as well. We look forward to another fun day of cycling through Fairhaven and surrounding towns and promoting local ice cream stops. Sincerely, Mark Anderson, Vice President, Mattapoisett Land Trust, Incorporated. Selectman Espadilla, you'd probably be going on this.
I did participate last year. My kids said, you know, Dad, this is two of your favorite things, riding a bike and having ice cream. And it was really a lot of fun. And what was really nice was seeing all the families that participated, because there were people that would have, you know, the trailers with their kids in there, and they would, yeah, that's perfect too, right? It was very well run, so I definitely like to support it.
Thank you.
I'll second that.
Yes, and that's, once again, it's nice that they are doing cycling. I hope it's a beautiful day on Sunday, May 21st. So is there a motion to approve the second annual Tour de Crème, Friends of the Mattapoisett Bike Path?
I'd like to make that motion.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, we'll call for vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Passes unanimously. We have already taken care of our appointments for the evening. Next, we're on to discussion. Consider changing the official posting location of public bodies to the town website and to notify the Attorney General's office.
Again, Ms. O'Brien did an excellent job of doing some research in terms of what we can and can't do to be in compliance with the public records and open meetings law. And one way that we can avoid any complaints about our external posting, either at the handicap entrance or in front, is to create state that the official location of all our postings is the town website. That's allowed by state law. All we have to do is get their concurrence, and then we write a letter to the state telling them that that's our official thing. So it's kind of like a belt to suspender issue. We'll still continue to post on the exterior, but our official website, the posting will be on our website. And so if anybody complains about something not being available on our posters, we can always point to the website as our official location.
And we do have a nice display at our handicap access ramp for things to be posted outside too.
Yeah,
So-
and it was brought up at the last meeting that the only catch with that posting location is it has a swing latch with a glass in front of it. Occasionally we have multi-page meeting notices, and it would be locked shut, and, you know, maybe we can work on that aspect of it, but in the meantime, this is just the easiest way to make sure that we're always in compliance with accessibility.
Exactly. Selectman Espadilla?
Just one point of clarification. I believe this is called an alternate posting location, right? So there's still, it's.
No, this would be the official posting location. The CMR gives alternates to the official posting location, and this is one of the alternates that you can declare.
Okay, so they're equal then?
They're equal.
Okay.
This will actually supersede anything else.
Okay, all right. So I'd like to make a motion to, are we all set with it?
Selectman Freitas?
Nope, I'm good with that. Yeah.
Okay. I'd like to make a motion to support establishing an alternate posting location on the town's website for all public meetings.
Making it the official posting location.
The official posting location for all public meetings.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, we'll call for vote. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Passes unanimously.
Just to comment on that, I think, you know, the 48-hour rule of being posted, I guess that's another
All
nice
six.
feature, is it,
Yep.
it tracks that.
Exactly.
Okay,
That's true, too. A good point.
thank you.
We have no correspondence tonight. The next regularly scheduled meeting of the Board of Selectmen is Monday, February 6, 2017, at 6:30 PM. We will be going into executive session pursuant to Massachusetts General Laws, Chapter 30A, Section 21. The board will convene into executive session, not to reconvene in open session, for the reasons of the board is entering executive session because of public discussion could have detrimental effect on the bargaining and litigating position of the public body. So, before we do that, is there anything that you'd like to add to the meeting tonight?
I do have a couple things. I wanted to bring this up as something, I went to the last CERTA board meeting that we had. There was a discussion about the routes and accommodations that are made for handicap accessibility. And there was a document, there was a draft document that they want to be reviewed by the next meeting. And I'm the rep, but I feel like this is something that Selectman Murphy, with his experience and background, would be someone that would be good to review. So I didn't want to, outside of our, our meeting, it's as a, I don't know if this is appropriate to do that way.
I don't, yeah, keep it above, so the public is aware of it, I would just say, in public, could you ask Selectman Murphy to review this document and give you his comments, so you can send
Right.
that to Sarah?
Right, it wouldn't be considered deliberation of this board, and it's, okay, so if you'll be my consultant for that, I'll send that over to you, I appreciate it.
And also, if you wouldn't mind CCing Mr. Reese on that, too, because he is also the ADA coordinator for
sure.
the town of Fairhaven. So
Absolutely.
that'd be good.
So, all right, thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
And the other thing that I wanted to just mention is that, I know we had, in our, when we talked about our goals, we talked about trying to see eventually if we could do something with the Atlas Tac property, what is involved in that. And I know it's a kind of a big subject because it's a Superfund site, but I'd like to see if on an agenda not too far down the road that we could call in town council and possibly someone from the EPA to have a discussion about, what our options are there for that building and that property. Because I'm not sure that we know all the options, and until we take that step, I'd like to see it not linger for too much longer. So I know it's a busy season, we're gonna be going through with the budgets and everything like that, so wanna be sensitive to that, but I really think it's something that we should understand a little better. And so I'm hoping that, we can do something timely on that.
That's one of our goals, too, so, yeah.
I'll work with you, Mr. Chairman, on scheduling that.
Sure. Okay.
And I don't know, again, also if a preliminary meeting outside of our board with, but that, I was hoping not for it to be a burden to Mr. Reese. So I was thinking more, the history is with town council, most of that history of that property, and he's got all the documents, so I was thinking it was more of an action for him, but,
We'll let the organizing meeting, maybe get people knowledgeable about it around the table.
okay,
That'd be good.
yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Selectman Freitas?
I just wanted to thank our police department. I don't know, we got that press release today. I don't know if you guys saw that, but they took some very dangerous weapons off the street, and they did a very good job at handling that. So I want to give them a shout out, I guess, thanking them for the excellent work that they do. So appreciate it. But that's it for me.
Okay, great. Well, yes, thank you to Fairhaven Police Department. Always, once again, doing a great job. I just want to announce that there is an open house and STEM Expo, Catholic Schools Week Open House, and from 11:30 to 2 p.m. on Sunday, January 29th, 2017. This is at St. Joseph's School on Spring Street in Fairhaven as they begin their Catholic Schools Week, and I do believe that the board will be probably contacted to do a reading to one of the classes for the schools.
I already have been, yes.
Okay. I figured you had been. So that's great. They should contact our town administrator also.
Actually, I read last year at the elementary school.
All right, well, they'll have to re-invite you too for another one.
This year, maybe reading one of our packets or something.
No.
They may be very interested in that, you never
I
know.
don't want to discourage people from reading.
That's right.
Or from public service.
That's right, that's right. It's always a fun time to go and read to the kids, though. They love it, and they love to hear what you do and what your role is, so they like that. So I encourage everyone to take part of that opportunity. And then the last thing is that, going to school at the University of Georgia meant to many Falcons games, but go Patriots.
Yes. Yes, definitely.
So with that being said, we will be going to executive session pursuant to Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 21. For one, discussion strategy with respect to litigation, ABC disposal bankruptcy. Two, discussion strategy with respect to collective bargaining, clerical, police, dispatchers, and fire, and Selectman Freitas will be abstaining at the fire. And he actually doesn't just abstain, he actually leaves physical presence in the room, so he has no part of that discussion. So with that being said, is there a motion to go into executive session and not to reconvene in open session?
I'd like to make that motion.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, we'll call for vote. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Passed unanimously. This is a roll call vote. Charles Murphy in favor.
Bob Espandola in favor.
Dan Freitas in favor.
Thank you and good night.